Bedrock Edition is super buggy. I'm not the first person or the last person to tell you that, but I make add-ons in Bedrock, so what's going on? I have always been interested in making mods on Java. I've heard it's always been like really good for modding as well as for like content because of all the quality of life stuff. So yeah, I know the benefits of Java. Don't get it twisted. I know. I'm even certified in Java as a programming language, and I make Bedrock add-ons. There's actually a couple reasons for that. In high school, I was inside a lot because of some strange global spell that kept everyone indoors. I don't know what that was. It was weird. But yeah, I played Bedrock because at the time, me and my friends, we were all on different devices. You know, someone had an Xbox, someone had a PC. You know, I had an iPad. Yeah, I was an iPad kid. Like, yeah, oof, that's rough. But yeah, so making mods on Bedrock just made sense, you know. Like, I wanted to show my friends, like, oh, look at this cool thing I made. I wasn't gonna make it in Java because then, you know, only like 2 people could play with it, and I didn't even have a computer that I could use all the time, so I couldn't just develop things to my heart's content. So yeah, when I did get a computer, I modded Bedrock because I was like, oh, well, you know, I still have those friends where, you know, they're on an Xbox or they're on a phone or whatever it is. So yeah, with Bedrock being such a big part of my formative years, this is sort of a big change for me. But yeah, I'm finally switching to Java because I can't trust Bedrock anymore. I have made it very clear my frustration with Bedrock, be it in my Discord or in some of my videos. Like, take the grappling hook, for example. I have had to remake that 3 different times. And not only because the design was bad, but it was also because Bedrock would just break it. You know, it would just update and then it would be broken, and then I have to find another way to work around the game breaking my stuff. So yeah, and it's not good. I don't like modding in Bedrock. It sucks. So yeah, I'm switching to Java because apparently I can just choose a version and stick with it, and there shouldn't be, like, I can just develop in it and there won't be any updates for it because it's a past version. So it's like, it's just done. I don't have to deal with it updating and breaking and stuff. So that'll be really nice. But yeah, if someone, I mean, I'm new to this, so if someone knows more than me, like, tell me in the comments and tell me why I'm wrong and stupid and dumb. But yeah, that's the hope. There's also some context behind the timing of the change. In a recent meeting with the Gotham Edifice team, we had just brought in a new builder, and this builder works in Java, like they use Axiom. And, you know, we have a couple other builders that use Java, and we kind of had a light bulb moment where it's like, oh, so these people would rather be in Java. Like, we're trying to make Gotham Edifice in Bedrock, but these people want to be building in Java, so they're not building in Bedrock. That makes sense. I don't blame them. So we decided, like, I proposed to the team, I was like, do we just switch to Java? Would that be good? Like, if everyone is into building on Java, then it just makes sense for us to move over to Java. And so we did. The other thing is that I want to say why it took this long. It's selfish, for sure, because in my mind, when I was developing Gotham Edifice on Bedrock, I had this idea that one day people would make videos about this mod. Not me, not Heir of Azrael, not Blood Panda, you know, it would be someone else entirely. You know, it'd be like, whoa, this was made in Bedrock? Like, this is all Bedrock? This is crazy. Like, I picture the video on YouTube. It's got, like, Batman in the thumbnail, you know, of course, Minecraft style, but, and then the title is like, this is in Bedrock Edition? Like, something like that, where it's like, it's crazy enough to get its own video by someone who isn't, you know, me. Like, that would be really cool. And I really liked the novelty of making something in Bedrock that's never been done before. You know, a huge project where it's just a small team and it's not funded by Mojang or paid for by some company. It's like its own thing and it's its big fan project. Like, I almost thought of it as sort of like a fan film or something, where it's a fan film where other fans are talking about it. Because that's what it would be. It's a fan project where, you know, fans would maybe make videos about it. And so, yeah, it was selfish. And I realized that now, that I wanted the novelty of making it in Bedrock. But I've realized that the novelty is not worth the headache. So we're switching to Java. I've made a plan as well for the add-ons that I am currently working on. So Gotham Edifice is going to be moved over to Java only. I'm going to post the, you know, dev version of Gotham Edifice for Bedrock somewhere, sometime, where it's just like whatever I have right now. You know, I'm not going to update it, but here it is if anyone wants it. I'll post that somewhere, but then after that's done, I'm going to be working strictly in Java for that add-on. Then there's also Plentiful Plushies. I'm going to move that to Java, or I'm going to port it to Java and be working in Bedrock. So the plan is for the first little bit, I'll be just working in Java so that I can get all the plushies from Bedrock ported over to Java. Then once that's done, I will be updating them both in sync with each other. So, you know, let's say I add the zombie horse. It's going to be added to both editions. Don't worry. Like, I'm going to keep you Bedrock players fed. I'm not just completely abandoning you. So there's that. Building Editions doesn't have large enough of an audience for me to continue developing it, especially with it being so like scripting heavy, where I need to refactor things a lot. So I'm just going to post whatever I've got somewhere and leave it at that. There will be no further updates to that. And yeah, that's about it for my ongoing projects. But I also wanted to give more of like a channel and life update. So I'm planning in this next year to maybe make some like commentary content, not like super drama content or whatever, but like talking about the game from the perspective of someone who has played for over 10 years and has made mods for both versions of the game, or both editions of the game. So I feel like I may have more of a nuanced or intriguing perspective, I guess. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. That does mean I'll probably do some like short form content as well. So the plan would be to make, you know, those longer form commentary videos like 15 minutes long or something, and then I'd cut those down into little yummy bite-sized chunks for you to watch in your work or school's bathroom. But yeah, that'll probably be coming in this next year. I'm thinking about also opening a Patreon. I've always liked the idea of getting paid for my creative work, I guess. And I've heard YouTube is a little spotty when it comes to like actual monetization and stuff like that. So I'm planning on a Patreon at some point, and that's where I'll, you know, give some sort of perks. But I'll make a whole video for that. I'll make sure it's cheap. I'm not gonna, you know, squeeze you dry for everything you got, but yeah, it'll be cheap. But yeah, I'll make a whole video on that when the time comes. So don't worry about it yet. As a bit of more of a life update, next year is looking very promising, you know, life-wise for me. But it also means that I'll have less time for making content. The plan is to quit a second job, because I've been working 2 jobs now for a few months. Well, pretty much most of the year. But yeah, I'll quit one of the jobs, and then I'm going to get more certifications and start working more in the technology fields instead of, you know, retail. So yeah, there's also a lot of other creative projects I'd like to start up too, like, you know, music or voice acting, art, writing, film. Like, I I really have a lot of ideas that I want to make, but I just don't have time for it yet. So I'm gonna be planning things out to be more intentional with my time, and hopefully that'll make things a little bit more consistent, so you guys actually get videos every month, because I'm not great about that. I don't have like a set schedule of like, oh, I'm going to upload on this day, or I'm going to spend this time to edit videos or come up with ideas for videos or whatever. Like, I'm going to be more intentional. I'm going to be planning things out. I'm going to be making sure that, you know, I'm actually fulfilling my dreams with, be it creative or work or whatever it is. I'm actually going to be planning things out. So, yeah, that's sort of a life update for me. But yeah, I'm glad you watched this far. I know it's not like a normal video for me. It's not mod focused, and yeah, I mean, if you're here, then you're a real one. Type pineapple into a comment. I don't even know how you'd like add that to a comment, but yeah, add it to a comment so I know you made it here. But yeah, I'd love it if you stick around, you know, subscribe if this is your first video that you've seen of me, like, wow, this is quite a video to stick around for. But yeah, you know, subscribe or whatever, and it would be really cool if you stuck around with this new chapter on the channel and in life for me. So yeah, that's about it. I'll catch you in the next one.